Welcome everyone to Baltpool Biomass Day and welcome to the new biomass year. For us, October marks the start of the season, otherwise like to everyone else, January. So let's start it strong, let's start it with insights, with clarity and with data which will get us prepared for the upcoming winter season. So not waiting any longer further ado, I would like to present our first speaker, who is Vaidotas Jonutis, our head of trade and Baltpool, who will today give you an overlook for the upcoming heating season, so 2025-26. So Vaidotai, the floor is yours.
Thank you, Justin. Yeah, hello everyone. I am very happy to see you here. I think it's the first time then we are doing our autumn session. Then heating season already started. So every hour news is not very intensive because real work already started. So my presentation will be, I would say, more for professionals. Everyone knows, I think, real situation in the market. I will try to find a new angles for the situation to explain for the situation to explain maybe some details what we noticed during this season. Part of my presentation will be updated charts what you have seen during my previous presentations. So let's start. And first slide is about energy commodity trends. The main new for that is that during the last year, we have a situation then the main energy commodities, I mean TTF gas, Brent oil, territory is negative during the last year, and but I can say that not very big that negative territory because that negative parameter is about 10%. So looking at all the situation in the market, there is very quiet year. Except maybe containerized freight index. Why I show that parameter? Because it possibly that for the biomass market is important. Then in Europe, from Brazil or somewhere else, could be transported amount of biomass. So this year it possibly could be because in 2025 that containerized freight index drops down about 50%, and other parameters are very quiet and about zero. Maybe special interesting moment is about the electricity in United Kingdom because it has impact into the Baltic pallet business, so territory is positive. Lumber price in United States are positive, but it is because in Europe we don't have a normal organized trading data, and I usually take data from the United States. So United States today is very affected by the tariffs, and there is no possibility to evaluate what kind of level of lumber international trading is in Europe. So that's all from the energy trends. Go to our territory, Baltics. Precipitation level, it is how much rainy was in summer. It was very abnormally high. Looking at this data, it is about, I want to explain that graph. Zero level is a long-term average level of rain. So in practice, May, June, and July was normally about 0 point or average rate. So in Lithuania, the most rainy period was in June. In Latvia, May. In Estonia, July. So only August was in below the average in Lithuania and in Latvia. In Estonia, August was above the average. So looking at this, I want to say that preparation season for the next heating season was with quite a big problems, and we will see how it could affect into the market. Baltpool believes, maybe we have such an understanding that firewood price is like the most expensive biomass lumber product what goes into the biomass market, and competition in the firewood market affects biomass market. So here is in that graph August price in Lithuania, Latvia, and Estonia for firewood, and we have a different trends in Estonia, because Estonia is only one country that the prices increases. Latvia and Lithuania prices goes down, and it is, I think, because we have a very weak situation in the industry today. Fiberboards business are in very slow activities, and looking at these figures, it could be that this season would be more easier to biomass suppliers, because one of the main parameter is cheaper in the market today. Yes, go to the next slide. That slide is our favorite slide. Why it is? Because we all know that the main parameter is, how I said before it, firewood, and how firewood prices affects into the final biomass price. So here is a different units, trading units, meaning that biomass price is a green line, is in euro per megawatt hour. Other parameter like a firewood is euro per cubic meters, and you can see how the big correlation is between these two lines. Especially we draw it in one on other, and last year 2024, the gap between the firewood price and biomass price was historically high. That if you see my pointer in 2024, that gap was the biggest one in history. This year we have the same situation in the biomass market, because by the future contracts what are concluded today in the market, we actually have almost the same level like in the previous year. If the previous year was 20 and 58, this year is 2037. Actually, it's the same level. But then we have a bit lower firewood prices. So I think that this year could be easier for the biomass suppliers, and Estonian and Latvian figures for the firewood is in the same graph, and you can see that we have almost the same situation in all the countries. My main from that graph is about that it could be that this year will be easier for suppliers because the raw material prices are lower. Okay, let's go to the next. Here is biomass prices in all the Baltic countries. different levels historically this year are in the same level, because this year line is blue, and you can see that we have actually the same level in all the Baltic countries, and we have lowest biomass prices in 5 years. So it's a very good news for the buyers, but I think it's a very bad news for the sellers. If you remember the situation, then in 2021, then for the different strategy from the Belarusia, then they started to trade firewood or wood chips in another way. So the price level goes up more than 20 euros, and we have still the same level in 5 years. But this year is the lowest one to compare with the previous seasons. So I am not sure about the, of course, about the all heating season, because I don't have data for the future, only for the long-term contracts, what are concluded in the market. But looking at this perspective, it looks like that it is positive for the buyers. Okay, next slide is about the sellers' behavior during the summer. All the time, they rise the questions in a May, for example, in what level to conclude a long-term contract. And usually, during the summer, these prices are very volatile, and you can see the tendency in different years how the prices are changing. The last 2 years, 2024 and 2025, is very, very similar, and it's very strange that the first contracts concluded in a summer are concluded actually in the same level like it is in the beginning of the autumn. So that means that market is very, how to say, forecasted. It's not good to, I'm not sure to find a good word how to explain that, but it's quite good news, because that emotional trading, what happens in 2021 and 22, so it shows that market don't understand the levels for the next season, and this 2 years, these 2 last years, is very, very quiet. And my conclusion is that market participants knows prices in May also. Yes, about the long-term contracts and that gap between the long-term and short-term contracts, that price difference, and how big is that gap. And usually we, in talkings, in private talkings, we understand from the buyers that long-term contracts, they understand like a higher price contracts. But looking at the historical graphs, we can see that most of time, short-term contracts was more expensive. And the last 2 years was 2 seasons was then short-term contracts was lower to compare with the long-term contracts. I'm not sure, of course, about the future. We have a level for the long-term contracts. It's about 2037 euros per megawatt hour. We don't have a lot of long-term contracts, short-term contracts for the next season, but from the very beginning, what can I say? That the level is the same, but the same level is because nobody knows how much long-term contracts are concluded in Lithuania. And I want to show to you that next slide about preparation for the next season. So Okay, so that Lithuanian long-term contracts part of for next season today is about less than 30%. 30. That means that we have prepared only for I don't know, for month or two for the next season. So, but looking at the tendency, it looks like that we are going like on the same line like it was in 2022. It could be, if we will go on that line, it possibly could be that in the middle of the season we will have about 40% for long-term contracts. So big question is, how much do you need long-term contracts? And actually I have heard a very different viewpoints for that situation, and we decide this year to make a theoretical overview of this situation, and we take Markowitz portfolio theory, modern portfolio theory. This guy got a Nobel Prize for that theory. It is a theory how to achieve the lowest risk value buying a different products with a different prices, volatility. And the principle are that we calculate standard deviation for this statistics, and after that we have done a correlation analysis, and of course it was a big surprise that 50-50, meaning that 50% long term and 50 short term, is the best portfolio combination. We have checked that model in all the different combinations, meaning 5 or 95%. So the lowest risk value is 50-50. So that wasn't a big surprise. And our recommendation is 50-50. And if you need a theoretical proof for that, so we have that report for that, and we can share to you. Just call to us and ask for that. Yes, about our final clients. Situation in the biggest cities in the Baltics. So final prices for the heat for final consumers without value-added tax are quite similar in Lithuania, Latvia, and Estonia. I would say, looking at the figures, there are some differences in the price levels. Lithuania today looks like cheaper, but it is because we have just only October price. In Lithuania, we have a different regulation to compare with the other Baltic countries, because we every month there are determined a new price for the consumers. And looking at this green bar, I would say that average in heating season will be about 15% more to compare with October prices, because the usual October is quite low level to compare with the whole heating season in Lithuania. Helsinki and Warsaw, of course, prices are much higher. It is because couple of things, I think, and the first one is the level conditions and in these countries. Yes, and I think it's not so sensitive for the people in these countries. Yeah, let's go to the the final slides. Key changes for the coming season. Keep in mind that low timber prices just stopped cuttings in the private forest. What does it mean? In the forest, we don't have that amount from the private forests. Weak activity in the timber industry leads that we don't have a volume from the industry waste. Wet summer conditions reduced logging residues from forest because foresters put it under the wheels in the forest and creates temporary roads. Very low profitability from the last year, and suppliers don't have money for the warehousing wood chips for the next season. So all these things, I think that we have a problem because warehouses are very small. We don't have a lot of long-term contracts, and long-term contracts are this collateral for the sellers to conclude and to prepare warehouses. So at this moment, we have not like a big gap for the next season. So that's what I want to say today. Thank you. And I'm waiting for the questions.
And we have one question from the audience for you, Vaidotas. So what are price levels of long-term contracts is enough for sustainable biomass delivery through winter conditions? During the last spring session, you have forecasted high levels before summer, around 23 euros.
Yeah, that we forecast that this season could be in the same levels like a previous season. So, and the question about in what level I think is a sustainable level for the sellers, I think it is at least 25 euros per megawatt hour. So at this level, that industry is developing. They can cover amortization, and we can looking at the loss from the last year. So I would say that situation today is not sustainable.
Thank you. So the next question then. Could low timber prices and low forest cuts encourage shortage of raw materials for biomass in upcoming months?
Actually, it depends on a winter conditions, but I think that we will see shortage in the supply chain this year. It's my opinion.
And the last question from the audience. We noticed that industrial buyers are able to pay way more for round wood than biomass producers. Yeah. Could this cause a shortage of SM1, SM2 biomass products?
From my understanding about the market today, it's not a big problem because industry buyers are not very active. But if the market changes, I think it could be that your question will affect into the market.
Okay, thank you. So at this moment, we don't have any questions for you, Vaidotas. So let's move forward. So the next our speaker is from Estonia, and it's Rauno Raju, member of the board for Enefit Power, Enefit Power is the key energy market player in Estonia. So Rauno, welcome.
Yes, thank you. It's a pleasure to be here today and have the chance to give an overview how we use biomass in Enefit Power currently and also what the future might bring us. So on this slide, I already talked, but sadly you didn't see the slide. Here are the power plants we operate. It's Aigars power plant, Eesti power plant, the Baltpool power plant. So combined net capacity is over 1,200 megawatts. And the main power plants we use biomass is Baltpool Power Plant and Tower Power Plant. Last year's usage was over 1 million megawatt hours, and as I already told, most of it came through Baltpool, 72%. Just to check in, are the slides moving now?
Yes, Rauno, everything is good. We see perfectly now.
Okay. And here is just a comparison of the different fuels we can use. We see that oil cell fuel cost is lower than biomass, but the reason I like to use biomass more is when we take into consideration the carbon cost, CO2 cost. And even if burning biomass actually emits more CO2 than oil cell, but it's considered carbon neutral because it's absorbing as much CO2 during growth as it emits during combustion. And in this case, we see that biomass is the cheapest fuel we can use. And for that reason, we would like to also expand our biomass usage. And currently, we are actually in development, let's say, analysis phase, two potential projects. One is to upgrade Baltpool Power Plant to use up to 100% of biomass. Currently, we are in the analysis phase, but the potential modifications should be as soon as possible, within 5 years. The capex of these projects would be circa 770 million, and the main things we have to do is modify the boiler and add extra feeding systems. Currently, on the picture in the lower left corner, we see the feeding system we have currently in Baltic Power Plant, and we should add a little bit more than the same to get it up to 100%. And in this way, the yearly biomass usage goes up quite a lot, and depending on how long we operate yearly, this power plant, but it can be up to 1.5 million tons yearly then. And the other project we have is our power plant. It's our newest power plant. Currently, we are able to use up to 40 or 50% biomass. But to get it up to 100%, we need to make an investment to modify again the boilers and add additional feeding systems. The potential modification will be later, and at the moment the prognosis is like within 10 years. And as our power plant is bigger, then the potential biomass usage will be also a little bit bigger, up to 2 million tons. Of course, there are many factors that will affect the development, what we have to consider. And first is, of course, the price and volatility of electricity in the Baltic region. But when we talk about Baltic power plant, then also the heat price in Narva. We operate thermal power plants that are not easily switched off and on and off. It takes more than 10 hours to get them running. The starting cost is also significant. And so intraday we are not not able to take the highest prices like gas turbines or gas motors or other storage equipment. And we operate intraday with between the min and max capacity, and that means that we have to analyze which time of the year we might get into the market, and probably it will be the colder part. And for a Baltpool power plant, that means also like more heat volumes, and depending of the price, also like at what point we are in the market for electricity. The second factor is, of course, energy security legislations, and we are a government-owned company, so owners' guidelines are also very important. So first is like we should be profitable, but if it's necessary to energy security and the legislations are set according to that, then it depends on the owner's guidelines that if we proceed with the project or not. The third one, maybe the most important for in this today, it's availability of biomass and price of it, because the availability and how it changes the price, it's the most important input for these products, and that correlates to the price we can offer electricity and heat to Narva city. And of course other alternatives, because when there are better alternatives for energy security or heating Narva, then these developments might not continue. But currently we are very eager to look inside, and I wanted to share these projects with you so we can have a discussion. But that was actually my last slide. So when there are any questions, then I am openly willing to answer them.
At this moment, I don't have any questions from the audience, but I believe we will have later on when we will move to the panel discussion. So thank you for the time being, Rauno, and let's move forward. Our next speaker is the representative of the biggest Latvian district heat power plant, Raivis Ellins from Rīgas Siltums, member of the board. Welcome.
Yeah, thank you very much. Yeah, okay, hello for everyone. Today I will try to explain you how we deliver heat energy in Riga. It is not wood chips auctions like in Baltpool, but it is close the same. This is a heat energy auctions. Heat energy auctions in Riga. We started in last heating season 24 and 25. Before they had only 10 tenders, and I will try to explain how we deliver heat energy in Riga. I will start for this slide where you can see our map of Riga, and Riga is split by two parts by our river Daugava, and we have left bank of river Daugava and right bank of river Daugava. There is two split central heating systems. It is not connected together. And in left bank of river Daugava, there are produced heat energy by Rīgas Siltums. So we produce and deliver heat energy by ourselves. Also, you can see at the top of the map, Rāvis. It's right bank of River Daugava, but there also Rīgas Siltums production. But you can see in right bank of River Daugava, there is no Rīgas Siltums boiler houses or power plants. There is independent heat energy producers, and in right bank of River Daugava, there is a heat energy market in Riga. And some slides about history in Riga, about how happens heat delivery in Riga before. So till year 2008 in Riga, there was only one heat producers in right bank of River Daugava. Forward, I will talk only about the right bank of River Daugava because there is a heat market today. So till year 2008, there was only one heat producer. It is a state company, Latvenergo, and Latvenergo produce heat energy, and we deliver it to customers. So there you can see in vertical axis, you can see necessary heat load on the Riga right bank of River Daugava, and in horizontal axis you can see heating season months. Now I'm talking only about heating season. And as you can see, there wasn't a heat energy market on the right bank on River Daugava, and it continued till year 2018. And what happens 2018? In 2018, there was built one more boiler house, one more independent heat energy producers. Name is Ugls Jauda. Ugls Jauda built boiler house. It was also power plant, 60 megawatt capacity. It's small capacity, of course, from Riga, but it was year where was born heat energy market in Riga. And in year 2018, we started weekly procurement in Riga. Why weekly? I really don't know. It's a historical, but in 2018 we started with weekly. This procurement was like normal tender. Heat producers send to us offers by email, and we choose offer with lower price, and this is how this procurement born. So it continues till heating season 22 and 23, because in heating season 22 and 23 there will be built 4 new boiler houses, 4 new independent heat producers, and from heating season 22 and 23, small independent heat producers capacity was increased by 125 megawatt, and therefore heat energy market also increased till 125 megawatt. Why only 125? Because up to 125 megawatts, it is possible to produce heat energy only for one heat producer. It is a Latvenergo, and if we have one producer, there is no market. So we continue with weekly procurement as before. Only this range was increased till 125 megawatt hours, and it continues till till heating season 23 and 24. In heating season 23 and 24, heat energy market capacity was increased to 178 megawatts because one of independent heat producers built one more heat plant, wood chips heat plant with capacity 50 megawatt. 48 megawatt capacity, and therefore heat market will increase in Riga. Now about last year, it's heating season 24 and 25. It was heating season. As I said, we start new heat market. We start with heat energy auctions in Riga. It is in electronic platform. Heat energy auctions is something similar like Baltpool wood chips auctions. In next slides, I will show you how it looks. But from last years, and as you know, in the recent years, electrical market price fluctuations have increased, and it can no longer predicted a week ahead how this electrical prices these fluctuations will be, and therefore our main heat energy producer, Latvenergo, it is not possible to predict how many waste heat from gas power plant will be for next week, and therefore Latvenergo cannot longer to participate in week procurement procedures. Therefore, we decided to do our procurement in two steps, in weekly and daily procurement. It was first year when we start daily procurement procedures, and so we made this weekly procurement procedures for 100% heat energy what we need in right bank of River Daugava. And after then, we made daily procurement each day for next day, but only for 60% from independent producers. Capacity was 60 because all of independent producers without Latvenergo, all other producers produce heat energy from wood chips, and wood chips boiler houses, as you know, it's not possible to turn in and turn off every day. One day turn on, next day turn off, and then turn on. It's not, and therefore we decided to make this daily procurement procedure only for 60%, and 40% this was weekly. We stay as weekly procurement procedure, and we see that last year Latvenergo not participated in weekly procedures at all, and therefore we have we make analysis for last year heat energy market, and we understood that we need some things to change for next year, and we already did it. We need first what we need to do that we start our auctions. We put start price with these auctions, and start price last year was Latvenergo tariff. And when Latvenergo not participate in next day our procedure, for information, last year Latvenergo participated in 50% of daily procurement procedures. So in other days where Latvenergo not participated in daily procedures, all other independent heat producers stay near Latvenergo tariff, with price near Latvenergo tariff. It's not good for us, therefore we understood that we need decrease this start price of heat energy auctions, not Latvenergo tariff, but lower. It is the first. And second one, what we understood that in this 40% in green line, when was weekly procedures, Latvenergo not participated, and therefore it's also was with prices, independent producer prices, close to Latvenergo tariff. It's also not good because Latvenergo tariff last year was approximately 70-75 euros per megawatt hour. For your understanding, in yellow line, where was each day procurement, when Latvenergo participated, this price decreased till approximately 30 euros, so from 17 to 30 euros. But in green line, again, there was approximately 70 euros, and we understood that we need to change for next year this procurement procedure. In next slide, we can show you economic comparison of the heat energy market against Latvenergo. Green line, it's last year, and there we can see that we save money with daily market, more than 40 million euro. In previous years, the savings were much smaller. It means that daily market works very good. What this is, I already said, we analyzed last year heat energy market, where was weekly and daily market. And as you can see, that daily market saved us more than 40 million euro, and we understood that we need to limit the procurement start price cap, not Latvenergo tariff, but lower. And we need to calculate fixed purchase price for wood chip boiler houses, voluntary selected capacity. For next year we accept that independent heat energy producers can choose. It is this fixed this load with fixed purchase price will be 10%, 20%, or 30%, or still 50%. It is voluntary selected. And now you can see next heating season, which start now. Heat energy market planned in Riga. This market will start in Riga from after approximately 1 week, from 11th of October, because now we have weekly and daily heat energy market, and last week we land in 10 10th of October. So from 11th of October, we started new energy market. There will not be weekly market. There will be only a day market, each day market. And what we change, you can see that we reached an agreement with Latvenergo that we can guarantee Latvenergo load 120 megawatt from middle of November till middle of March, and it is possible to run Latvenergo power plant, because in Latvenergo there is 2 power plants, big power plants with together electrical capacity above 800 megawatt hour, and heat energy capacity above 500 megawatt hour. But Latvenergo only there are just gas boilers, not power plant, but just gas boilers. So when in Nord Pool there is no electricity price, then Latvenergo run just only gas boilers, gas water boilers. So, but with our agreement, Latvenergo understood that from November till March middle, it is possible to run power plant 120 megawatt. It is a capacity. It is a lower capacity with which Latvenergo can use this power plant, and therefore we have agreement that this load Latvenergo will deliver to us with lower price, not like Latvenergo tariff. As I said, last year Latvenergo tariff was approximately 75 euros. So we reached agreement that this 120 megawatt hours will be more than 10 euros, with more than 10 euros lower price than Latvenergo capacity. And it means that also you can see green line 178 megawatt. It's a heat energy market level, and we start this heat energy auctions also not from Latvenergo tariff price, but from maximum price will be this our price which is written in our agreement, Rīgas Siltums and Latvenergo, which is much lower, like Latvenergo tariff. And also, as you see in green square below, there is a voluntary parliament capacity, and we calculate the price for this voluntary permanent capacity. We calculate it from our boiler houses from left bank of River Daugava, and this price for next year in green square is 45 euros and 24 euro cents, which is possible to take from us. It's independent heat producers can choose they want it or not want it. So it's about next year next heating season, and of course, therefore, because we have each day heat auctions, if Latvenergo has waste energy from gas power plant, it is possible to put it into our heat energy system, because we have daily daily procurement procedure, and Latvenergo can easily predict for next day there will be waste heat or no, and then put it to our system. Small slide about summer auctions. As you see, summer capacity in the right bank of River Daugava in Riga is very small, approximately only 80 megawatt hours, and there also there is daily procurement each day, because only 80 megawatt, there is no split. Some parts there is we have procurement for 100% of what we need for Riga, and also if it is daily procurement, then Latvenergo can take a part each day for this, can participate for this daily procurement and put waste energy to district heating system, and after that waste energy is not waste energy but normal heat. This slide for a little bit for biomass. There you can see independent heat producers, how much independent heat producer proposed purchase amount from biomass, and in green columns you can see how much heat energy we buy from heat energy producers. So there we can see how much independent heat producers order wood chips, for example, from Baltpool volume. And in blue column, you can see in reality how much they can spend. So there's a difference. It's about our day market, because Baltpool system, in Baltpool system you have one smaller in week auctions, wood chips auctions, and independent heat producers can participate in this week. But in Riga, auctions and heat energy want this each day or no, and if Latvenergo participated in this next day procurement procedure, it is possible that independent heat producers no need wood chips, and there is a little bit problem with weekly wood chips auctions and our daily heat energy auctions. There you can see it's different. In this slide, I show you can see how it looks, our heat energy auctions last year. It's near similar like Baltpool wood chips auctions. You can see we as Rīgas Siltums, we need to put maximum prices. You can see for this example, maximum prices is 70.1 euro. It is started prices, and we put last year it was Latvenergo tariff, and we start from Latvenergo tariff and lower. So Rīgas Siltums put in these prices, and below 70.1 you can see the required volume, which only put from Rīgas Siltums, and in the right side you can see offers for independent heat producers, and in green square you can see accepted offers. Yellow is this is a part accepted offer, and black one is not accepted because because it's above our required amount of heat energies. One slide for information about future of heat energy market. As we know that in Riga, in nowadays is under construction one more wood chips boiler house. It's a grand boiler house, 48 megawatts. We think it will start operating next year, end of next year, 2026, and it means then heat market capacity will increase from 178 megawatt hours till 226 megawatts. About future, my last slide about our future. As I said, Rīgas Siltums has announced the operation of the existing heat energy procurement system as daily auction. It was our pilot project. Now we understood our technical requirements, what we need for system. We understood how it works, and in nowadays we are ready to make the procurement procedure for new heat energy trading platform, and we plan that we in near months will start this new procurement procedure, and then of course it could take part in other platforms, not only this platform which we used in nowadays. So also, for example, Baltpool also can participate in this procurement procedure. It's all for me, yeah.
And we have questions for you from the audience. So first question, will Rīgas Siltums use only weekly biomass contracts for its own plants like in heat auctions, or will long-term biomass contracts still be used?
As I said, in for next heating season, we plan will start in 11th of October. There will be only day heat energy auctions. Heat energy auctions will be every day. Only this, as I show you, this voluntary heat energy from independent heat energy producers will be with a long contract. It's a 4 months contract, but with a fixed price. We think it is small price for heat energy producers. It is 45 euros and 24 euro cents.
Thank you. And talking about biomass, how much of biomass does Rīgas Siltums consume per year? What share does this represent of the overall fuel balance?
For heat energy which we produce, as I said, we produce heat energy Riga in left bank of River Daugava. I didn't say it is. We produce by ourselves approximately 30% for Riga, and 70% we buy in right bank in River Daugava, and we produce by ourselves approximately 55% heat energy from biomass, other from gas, and we consume approximately 450,000 megawatt hours for biomass for wood chips.
And the last question from audience for you, Raivi. What is the electricity price level when Latvenergo switch on the power plant?
It's really, we don't know, but we just look in Nord Pool prices, and we we look when Latvenergo participate in our each day tenders, and we can see that, but it's all just our mind that if Nord Pool price, middle day price is under is under 100 euros per megawatt hour, then Latvenergo not participated in our each day auctions, and if above 100 euros Latvenergo participated, but it's not each time, because we have days when electricity price, we can see that electricity price in Nord Pool is, I don't know, for example, only 50 euros per megawatt hour, and Latvenergo also participated in our next day heat energy auctions. So it depends. We don't know correctly. Yeah, but for us it's approximately 100 euros per megawatt hour electricity price.
Thank you so much, Raivi, for joining us, and we'll come back with you during the panel discussion. So let's move forward with Giedrius Vasiliauskas, Chief Commerce and Development Officer at Vilnius CHP, which is the largest CHP in Lithuania and one of the technologically modern in whole Europe. So Giedrius, floor is yours.
Hello, everyone. Can you hear me and see my slides?
Yes.
Good. First of all, I would like to thank all Baltpool team for the invitation to speak at the Biomass Day and for organizing this important event for the biomass and energy community. My name is Giedrius Vasiliauskas. I am a head of commerce and development at Vilnius Generacinė Jėgainė. Our company is a part of Ignitis Group. I'm responsible for sales and development, for sales and procurement, including biomass, waste, chemicals, and other materials, and also logistics. Our core business includes the production of heat, electricity, as well as a municipal waste treatment. Our power plant consists of two separate units. One generates energy from sorted municipal waste, other from biomass. Waste to energy unit began commercial operation in 2021, while the biomass unit started commercial operation last year. Annually, we are able to burn up to 200 tons of sorted municipal waste and approximately 500,000 tons of biomass. Our installed total capacity is approximately 91 megawatts of electricity and 200 megawatts of heat. Last year, we produced over 40% of Vilnius' total annual heat demand, making us a key player in the city's heating market. Since this conference focuses on biomass, I will now shift attention specifically to the biomass unit, and let's move on to the types of biomass we use. Our advanced boiler technology, which uses sand bed combustion, allow us sufficiently burn low-grade biomass. Most of our fuel comes from SM3 and SM4 biomass types. A small share of our fuel is SM2 type, mainly used for long-term storage at our storage facilities. SM1 type biomass is not used in our operations. All the biomass we purchase is certified and sustainable, and we are participant in the Red BP scheme managed by Baltpool. Our annual biomass demand is approximately about 1 million megawatt hours per year, representing about 20% of country wood chips consumption. These large volumes make logistic a critical component of our operations. The majority of our biomass arrives by truck. To ensure continuous boiler feeding, we need to receive an average of 110 trucks per day. With the fuel handling, we operate 6 days a week, although most deliveries are concentrated within 5 working days. With 8 unloading pists, we can unload 8 trucks at the same time, ensuring a smooth and efficient flow. We are proud to ensure that, on average, trucks complete all procedures in our territory in 30 minutes or less. This performance is enabled by several key factors. First one, no papers and also human-free operation at our site for fuel delivery. Also, our internal system is fully integrated with Baltpool's trading platform and the e-way bill system, locally known as Aigars. Process fully integrated from procurement to invoicing. And the last key element is automated fuel sampling. Each unloading place takes 2 biomass samples automatically during truck unloading, which ensures both speed and, of course, transparency. And all these key elements make our truck delivery process highly efficient. In addition to truck deliveries, we also have a secondary logistic options via railway. Our main storage yard has a dedicated railway line, allowing us to receive biomass directly by train. For unloading, we use mobile equipment. This railway option has been actively used during the past 2 years, which helped us to secure our biomass backup. At the bottom of the slide, you see our main storage area, which holds up to 20 days of biomass reserve. This year, we started forming larger piles due to new fire safety regulations. For example, in front of the building, for example, in front of the storage yard, you can see a 2 floors building, which is smaller than the biomass piles, reaching up to 14 meters height. Additionally, we have 4 days reserve next to our power plant and 3 days reserve in silos. It is important to note that all this reserve is not only for supply security, but also for price optimization. By having enough storage, we can avoid buying biomass when the price is unreasonably high and also benefit from price arbitrage. It means buying during the summer and using during the winter when the price is higher. Biomass reserve allows us to manage fuel procurement and pricing more effectively, especially when purchasing large volumes. Also, when buying such large volumes, it is essential to have the right tools in place to ensure transparency and proper diversification. This is why we buy 100% of our biomass through the Baltpool exchange. Let's take a closer look at how we diversify our biomass sourcing, and I share our main key elements. First, contract diversity. Our main rule: we're not playing a casino game with full supply security and pricing. Instead of trying to predict market prices, we built a balanced supply portfolio based on market trends. As shown in the example, our typical portfolio is well diversified with a strong focus on mid-term and long-term contracts. Weekly contracts are about 25% of purchases during the heating season. We also have a reserve contracts to cover potential supply disruptions. It is about 1-2% annually. Second key element is continuous trading. We purchase biomass continuously. It means we buy all around the year, every week for the future supply in a smaller volume. This helps avoid sudden price spikes and ensure a smoother procurement process. And also, this lets us feel the market movements. By buying in a smaller lots, we create opportunities for even the smallest market participants. And it let us expand our supplier base. For example, last year, around 40 suppliers participated in our fuel supply, about 15 being active on a regular basis. And last key elements, which I showed before, storage facilities are also another key element of our sourcing strategy. They help us to manage both supply risks and price volatility. And last, alternative delivery options from neighborhood markets, especially it needed if we are at high risk that the local biomass market cannot meet demand. To finalize this slide, our priorities are fuel supply security, price stability, transparency, and open access for all market participants. And finally, few words on how we prepare for upcoming heating season. Volumes more or less will remain the same, about 1 million megawatt hours annually. Our biomass, all storages facilities are already full. As of today, we have already bought more than 55% of fuel needed for the upcoming heating season. If I break this by quarters, we have more than 80% for Q4 of this year, and actually purchases will be only for very small volumes. And about 30% for next year, that volumes procurement is ongoing. And in conclusion, I would like to say a big thank to all our fuel suppliers for their professional work and cooperation. Your reliable fuel deliveries help us keep stable heat and electricity production. Thank you very much, and I'm ready for your questions.
Thank you, Giedrius. And yes, we do have questions for you. So first one, are you planning to buy from Latvia for this heating season?
I would say that there are several things for buying from Latvia. First of all, technical and logistics. So we're fully prepared from logistic and organizational side. What we see also, the second, it seems that local market well prepared and can meet the market needs. And the last thing, what we see that market prices in Latvia zone is a bit higher than in Lithuanian markets. So we're a little bit on hold with this question, I think, for a while.
And how do you assess your experience working with the REDBP sustainability scheme? Is it easy to use, and does it help to ensure compliance for you?
I think before the REDBP scheme was started, we analyzed a lot of schemes, and we decided to be with REDBP because it's actually very easy. All data, we are fully integrated with Baltpool from, as I mentioned, from procurement to invoicing. So Baltpool have all the data and collect from our suppliers. So frankly speaking, we do not need to do anything to get a sustainability certificate. So absolutely a good idea.
So thank you, Giedrius, once again, and let's move forward. So next one is
Okay,
Tomas Jorudas, Head of Commerce at Baltpool, who will present us a little bit more about the data, who is actually currently the king on the market. So Tomai, welcome.
Happy New Year, everyone. So season is started, and my presentation is live presentation from data we have already now, and which is updating every minute, every hour. And here on screen you see the Power BI data subscription, which we offering in Baltpool, and the smartest users already are using that, and maybe some of you already recognized that your opponent in the negotiation has more data or operates more data than you. So I welcome everyone to use that data, and here to present what value this data might bring on for you. So we have active filters like time to choose. So actually here you can see in the future what price is already contracted for the future. Of course, you can see what type of contracts and what volumes there are. You can switch to the product level, means SM1, SM2, SM3 volumes. If you choose particular month, you will get figures on that month. But you can also go down to the week level with all the data and analyze weeks in details. There is also level for the countries, in which country what price is forming. You can choose only one country if you are interested in, and to use the contract durations, for example. More you can see it is about price comparison between different contract durations hold on Baltpool. So all the data is based on the contracts existing, no predictions there. Predictions you can make by yourself. Also, you can compare the countries between each other on the price map. There is possibility to compare, to see actual delivery with all the same filters, and also on the level of weeks. And what is quite important, in my opinion, to compare the actual deliveries with the contracted deliveries in one report. 1 second. It's not, oh, so now. And also you see the price line and differences between contracted price and actually delivered price. So differences happens just because different set of contracts might be used in actual delivery, or actually it might be discounted price because of the quality issues. And if you have quality issues and want to see how market is doing, you can also compare yourself with the average market quality figures. Even by the product, if you buy SM3 only, you can choose only SM3 and see what's ash level is at yours and what ash level is average on the market. The same goes with the moisture, and the same goes with the calories. So this data subscription is open for everyone. Doesn't matter are you participant in the trades or not. So you are welcome to order it. We have now only one option, yearly subscription. So actually you can use the same Power BI report as I am using now, and it updates every day. So always fresh data is there. And this is tool for your decisions making. your strategies to build on. And welcome to use those data tools in order to make informative decisions and informative strategies. So this was all from my side about the data.
And we actually don't have any questions right at this moment. So let's move forward with our next point on our agenda, which is panel discussion, during which we will have Tomas, who will be moderating the discussion, and 4 participants from 3 key biomass market players in Baltic states. So we will have Giedrius Vasiliauskas, Chief Commerce and Development Officer from Vilnius CHP, Raivis, Ellins, member of the board at Rīgas Siltums, Aigars, Bečs, Head of Production Department at Rīgas Siltums, and Rauno Raju, member of the board at Enefit Power. So welcome once again, everyone, and let's move forward with our discussion. Tomai?
First of all, thank you, all of you, that you accepted our invitation to participate on Biomass Day. We see your input very valuable. And first warm-up question for every one of you. As 3 largest biomass buyers, you play a central role in shaping markets. How do you see your influence in driving transparency while also maintaining liquidity and competition around you? So let's start from Estonia.
Again, we have one, upside that the Lithuanians don't have, because we don't use only one fuel, so we can change the fuel depending on the price we can get from the market. We have our own oil sale, but we have also gas that is coming from oil generation, because next to us is Enefit Industry, who is producing oil from oil sale, and by side product is retort gas. So we try not to change the market. So our demand is always in flux with the best price we can get. So when the biomass prices go up and oil sale price is better for us, then of course we use oil sale. And in that way, we try always not to influence the market too much.
Okay, and how about Latvians?
Yeah. Hello for everyone. About the Rīgas Siltums, like my colleague Raivis already mentioned it, Rīgas Siltums, by our own, we are producing approximately 54% from biomass, and other part, the 46% from natural gas. We are, I'm talking about the biomass, we are splitting each heat plant in different delivery periods. For example, quarter delivery periods and monthly is needed amount what is extra you buy per week. That's why we are all the time monitoring the prices, which price is more attractive for Rīgas Siltums, month prices, quarter prices, or weekly prices. And of course, for other part, which is gas, we are monitoring the prices at TTF and catching these low price periods when to purchase gas. For example, about the gas, we already are purchased more than half needed amount for this heating season. That's why we are pretty safe. And third option or way how we are differencing our prices for energy. We are implementing electrification in heat production. We have four heat pumps. Oh, my mistake. 3 absorption type heat pumps with capacity 5 megawatts, and of course we have solar panel plants installed for self-consumption, and we are in a process with installation with electrode boiler. That's why we are dividing these energy parts like biomass, gas, and electrification. Yep.
Okay, and Giedrius?
As one of the largest biomass buyers on Baltpool, actually we recognize the responsibility that comes with our position. As I mentioned, we use the Baltpool exchange for 100% of our biomass procurement, and I share a bit our trading strategy, which is carefully designed to minimize the impact on price volatility in the market. So I think we have some prevention mechanism to the market.
And going to next question, how important is regional cooperation and cross-border trade in securing biomass supply and balancing risk for large-scale energy producers? Maybe from other side, Giedrius, how it's important, just because you also touched the Latvian case.
I would say that regional cooperation across borders play a crucial role in securing biomass supply and managing risks, especially for such large scale of energy producers like us, Rīgas Siltums or Enefit. And it is important to have a diversified supplier base across borders, which help us to mitigate with local disruptions, whether due to weather, logistic, or regulatory changes. It is also improves market liquidity and price stability. And what we see that cross-border trade is not a competition, but it is a way to have a strong regional biomass ecosystem and ensure long-term energy security.
And what is the opinion of Rīgas Siltums, who has Latvian, Lithuanian, and Estonian suppliers?
Yeah, like Giedrius already mentioned, I can approve that it's in Riga's case the same. We are purchasing most of all, of course, Latvia delivers, but there are deliveries from Lithuania. I think something approximately 30% from Lithuania delivers, and small part from Estonia, but most of all for Latvian delivers, but that's why we are dividing these periods, quarters or months. That way we can get most attractive prices and of course secure ourselves in longer periods.
And how important cross-border deliveries are in Narva?
Yeah, currently they're not so important. Approximately 1% is coming from Latvia. Others are local. But of course, the development projects I showed you, the plans we have, if they realize, then of course we need much more than probably Estonia can provide. We're still assessing the different probabilities, but probably we will get up to 2/3 from Estonia, and at least 1/3 has to come somewhere else. So that's the outlook from our side. So it gets, at the moment it's not so important, but it gets more important, and I hope that it will not change the market, and the market will also change according to the demand, and the supply will rise in the region, and maybe every like buyer can benefit from that, and also the suppliers.
Okay, thank you. And Vaidotas already mentioned some worries which we worry about coming heating season. And now his question for you, looking from the supply side, what challenges do you see this year in securing biomass compared to last year? Let's start from Latvia in this case.
Yeah, the one and the most, of course, it's weather conditions. If there will be a lot of wet snow or not continuously very low temperatures in woods, it's can be like, I think, 4 or 5 years ago when there was no biomass in winter because it was very wet winter. Yeah, this is the prediction that we cannot make.
And what makes worry in Estonia?
At the moment, maybe some worries are that there are not so many offers for the first quarter. So at the moment, for the first quarter, we only source the biomass from Baltpool, and currently there are not so many. We have heard some worries from our suppliers that they want not to give the deposit to you. So maybe you can lower the deposit so that there will be no more suppliers who make their offer in Baltpool. But otherwise, we predict it will be similar year as last year.
Okay, and Giedrius?
I would agree with Aigars that one key risk factor could be a colder than usual winter, something what we haven't experienced in the past few years. If it happens, it could put pressure on supply and logistics, especially during peak demand periods. So January, February.
Okay, and from your perspective, what are the biggest risks that could disturb market stability? Oh, okay, sorry. When making strategic investment decisions, what transparency factors are most important for you? Maybe Giedrius?
Yes, for us, most important transparency factors, maybe I would say, are price visibility and market accessibility. And I think transparent trading platforms like Baltpool give us confidence that our investments are based on real market signals, prices, not speculation, or even closed deals under the table.
Okay, how about Latvia?
Yeah, fully agree to Giedrius. The price, if it's not fluctuating in a very big range, that means that we can calculate our future investment projects. Yeah, pretty safe, I would say.
Okay, and Estonia?
Yeah, I fully agree with the previous, with Giedrius and Aigars' opinion. Nothing to add.
Okay, and coming to sustainability with RED 3 requirements, how do sustainability rules shape your procurement choices today, and what should suppliers understand about your expectations for the future? Let's start from Lithuania.
After my presentation, it was quite similar questions. As I mentioned, we use a BP system to ensure that all our biomass we purchase meets the necessary sustainability and traceability also criteria. And our suppliers know that sustainability, it is essential, our expectation for biomass delivery.
So no changes are expected, only
I
changes
think,
which
no major
influence
no, yeah. So we are now 100% should buy sustainable fuel. So no major changes.
Okay. How about Riga?
Yeah, the same like in Lithuania. Today, it's no problem with sustainability with offers from Baltpool, but yeah, this we have to all the biomass procured from Baltpool. I think in future will be also approved for RED 3 scheme. That means I hope that there will be no problems, but today it's clear and an understanding with RED 2 directive.
Okay, and just because only Estonia is not participating from 3 countries in RED BP scheme, what changes are expected in Enefit Power according RED 3 directive?
Yeah, currently we need a little bit more clarification, like how the change is coming. Of course, this sustainability is very important for us. No, the main thing why do you use more biomass is to be greener, and that can be only with sustainable material. But at the moment there is some things that at least I would like to be more clear, like what the future is bringing. At the moment we have RED 3, RED 4 is coming, but when I was talking previously, the projects we have big capexes, then we would like to know for even a long period that in what will happen in 5 years, 10 years. And currently we don't have this, how to say, this clearance.
Okay, and looking beyond this winter, what role will biomass play in your company's long-term decarbonization strategies, and how do you see Baltpool supporting that journey? Riga.
Yeah, thanks for the question. In Riga's case, we are not developing biomass plants anymore these days, but we will see what future brings to us. That's why our portfolio will be the same like previous year. Yeah, that's the nearest future looks like the same as it was previous year.
Okay, no reduction of consumption also.
One more time, Thomas.
Do you plan any reduction in biomass consumption?
No. The same. For Rīgas Siltums, the same. For Riga City, if we are looking at all map of Riga, of course, there will be increase of biomass capacity because we know that in the next 3 years, there are several biomass plant projects already on the desk. That's why we also hope that they will implement them. And that means that from biomass perspective, it will be more and more increase of amount of biomass usage in Riga, of course, but it's not in our portfolio today.
Plans of Enefit Power, and do you have something to add on top?
Yes, so current plans are the same as last year. Of course, the longer perspective plans I showed, I presented you previously in the presentations. So we'll see how it will go. But of course, at the moment we assess the market quite heavily and try to figure the bigger trends, especially not only this year but in the end of the 10 years. Because when we do the modifications of Balti power plant, then for sure it has to take consideration of the market minimum 10 years. So, but these assessments are ongoing and work in progress. But this year we see that it might be similar than last year. I think our volumes will be similar. But of course it depends on the price. When the prices are going high, then maybe we use more oil cell. If they are lower, then more biomass.
Okay. And do Giedrius has any more plans for decarbonization or strategies?
Maybe a few things more connecting with the previous question. I think low-grade biomass will continue to play a key role in long-term decarbonization, because I think these boiler houses which burn SM1 or mixed SM2 type of fuel will face up with some problems to decarbonize or just pay some environmental permit. And second, we're just thinking in very long, let's say, future about CO2 capture, but there is no any requirements from legislation now to decarbonize biomass part.
Okay, guys, thank you all of you for your insights. Thank you for participating on our event and looking forward for future cooperation.
And we actually have some more questions from the audience. Some actually came after the presentation parts, a bit later when other presenter already started, so I will ask them now. Yeah. So first one will be for Rauno. Considering the current conversion rates and the project biomass demand, how does Enefit assess the availability of sufficient biomass resources in Estonia?
Yeah, this assessment actually is going on, but when we convert the Balti power plant to fully working on biomass, then our volumes will be up 3 times. And that of course means in the current logging volumes that we might need up to 40% of firewood and biomass that is currently produced in Estonia. We are thinking to reduce this need by using recycled wood, but even then we think that not all of the biomass can be procured from Estonia, so we look outside in Baltics, but also we have a harbor next by, so why not from Scandinavia or somewhere else by ships.
Thank you. Another question is for Giedrius, and the question is about the procurement from Latvia. You've mentioned already that currently in the closest future you're assessing these Latvian purchases and that there is no exact plans. But looking back for the previous decisions, why this decision to make also procurement from Latvia arise? Is it because of the lack of supply or volumes from Lithuanian suppliers?
Actually, as I mentioned during my presentation, somewhere in the middle, railway delivery was important to be sure that it is enough fuel on the local market. So it was main goal which we have to achieve. So we tested this mark, and also to test how to work with foreign delivery. So we have tested since a few years, and now we're just looking on prices, which, as I mentioned in Latvia, a bit higher. And if there will be a good commercial reason, why not to deliver?
Thank you. And one more question for Tomas, actually. How do you assess the price equalization between the Baltic countries? Is this a long-term trend or temporary tendency?
Actually, we see that price differences between countries immediately changing the direction of deliveries. So big price differences, in my opinion, now are impossible between our countries, just because markets are really liquid and reacting really fast to the price differences.
Thank you. And one question for Vaidotas. Welcome back, Vaidota Online. What were the main factors behind the stabilization of biomass prices in the 24-25 season, and are similar trends expected in upcoming heating season?
Actually, I don't know that what the reason was for that stabilization, but I think the most important moment is not active furniture industry, Firebirds, MDF industry, because IKEA, Akmenė, Kronospan is not very active today, and I think it is the main moment for the stabilization for those two seasons. I think that if would change that situation, it will be like it was in 2022. Then furniture industry can pay much more to that product.
Thank you, Vaidotai. And seems that I don't have any more questions from the audience. So this wraps up today our Baltpool Biomass Day. And thank you everyone for being part of it. Your insight and participations make this discussion truly valuable. We appreciate your patience with our minor technical interruptions, but this is the charm of online events. And we hope to see you all on our next event, which is coming in spring. And we will have changes in it, because there's on spring, our Baltpool Biomass Day is going in person, live, where we can be able to interact eye to eye, person to person. More details about this will come in few next months, because we're already started to prepare. So bringing even more opportunities for exchange and collaboration. So thank you all and goodbye.